Comedian Elayne Boosler, you've been summoned to jury duty.
Wow, $5 a day!
Actor James Michael Tyler of the TV series Friends, you've been summoned to jury duty. Actor and humanitarian Linda Blair, you've been summoned to jury duty.
Finally, I won! Look, you made my head spin!
The only court show where celebrity jurors decide the outcome of your case. Jury duty. Don't even try getting out of it.
All rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Judge Bruce Cutler presides.
Sergeant.
Sir.
Good day, jurors. Wonderful to see you here today. And welcome to jury duty, everyone. Please be seated. I'm in a good mood today, and I thank the good Lord we're here today. On jury duty, the jury decides the case. If they can't decide, then I decide. How could it be a daughter-in-law suing her mother-in-law? The plaintiff, Crystal Johnson, is suing her mother-in-law, Alicia King, for $500. Imagine. Included in that $500 is a $200 loan made to the defendant, a $100 television set purchased from the defendant that did not work, and the cost of her personal possessions that the defendant sold without her permission. Miss King, that's the defendant, claims they are family and shouldn't have to pay her. That'll be up to you. Miss King is so rankled by this, and she's so offended by this, that she brought a countersuit against her own daughter-in-law. And the countersuit is for $680. The cost of 2 phone bills, she said, were incurred by the plaintiff. I guess the best thing to do is to start with Crystal Johnson and say, how could you be suing your husband's mother?
We're in court because at the time, I went over there with her, and I just received my income tax checks.
Refund?
Yes. And
you're fortunate.
Thank you. So we were shopping at Walmart, me and her bonding, and 2 different occasions. Of course, she doesn't have enough money to finish. She always wanted to go first in line. I should have known. So I kept giving her $100. Every time we go to Walmart, she would be short.
You lent her $200?
Exactly, on 2 different occasions at Walmart.
Okay.
Then we got back. She said she had an extra TV in the room, and me and Marcus needed a new TV. She sold us this TV for $100.
Doesn't work.
Exactly.
Oh, that's it?
Exactly.
Okay, so all right.
Exactly.
So you paid $100 for that television.
Exactly.
So that's how you get the $300.
Exactly. And then
Now, do you want to put on the television?
if it comes on.
Do you know how to work it?
If it comes on. This all it does is.
The TV is broken. I'm taking judicial notice that the TV is broken.
It is.
Okay. But it's still Marcus's mother, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Mrs. King?
Yes, sir.
You deny this suit. You deny. You don't owe this money.
To the fullest, yes, I don't.
That's correct. No, I'm going to come back to you, Crystal. And you also claim that this is all family. It's your son, your daughter-in-law, your fiancé, Mr. Adams, and you're here in court. Now, what is this countersuit about?
Oh, okay.
You have a countersuit against your daughter-in-law. What is that about?
Okay, this is all crazy, Your Honor. First of all...
Was that a telephone bill?
Okay, first of all, I started...
Is that $680 a telephone bill?
This telephone bill is $280.
So how did you get $680?
Because at the time, I wasn't suing this child. I mean, Miss Johnson. And when I found out she was suing me, I said, okay, let me get all my little things together. So
You added $400 of miscellaneous expenses?
Yes.
Is that so?
Yes, sir.
Did you receive any calls from jail or from...
Yes, that was on a home phone, which totaled $280.
Alicia, who's to pay for the phone bills that are incurred when your son is calling to speak to his family from jail,
Exactly.
where he didn't belong in the first place?
Okay.
And if you had me as your lawyer, wouldn't have been there. I'm only saying. I mean, that's just talk. For how long were you in, Marcus?
27 days.
That's 27 days. Too long, in my opinion. In my opinion. As a criminal defense lawyer, I know
Two
that.
of those weeks, I was at my mother's house, and he called me at my mother's house. I was at my mom's house for 2 weeks, and he called over there.
So, do you want to stand up and tell me what?
She told us, don't even worry about the phone bill. She told him all the time, don't worry about the phone bill, son.
Until
I
you
love
sue
you.
me.
Exactly. You wasn't worried about it until I wanted my money.
How do you testify or make averments against your own mother? That's a difficult thing to do.
I mean, this is my wife. you
Well,
know.
that's true too, in that sense. Is she putting you up to it, or do you feel like your mother really does owe the money?
I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong.
That's true.
You know?
You believe that your mother owes this money?
For the TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the loan and the personal possessions of Crystal that was sold, apparently without her authorization?
Yes, sir.
Is that all true?
I have
Yes,
a
sir.
list of all the items and the pictures of what she sold.
And Mr. Adams, you could have gotten involved as a fiancé, as a man's man. You say, now, let's all work this out. You get along with Mr. King, Marcus King?
Oh
He's a
yeah,
good
that's my
young
boy.
man.
That's my boy.
But how do you rectify this? What are you going to do here?
They should just pay their mother what they owe.
Is this about more than money, do you think?
No.
No.
I was
Mrs.
at
King.
court with Crystal, and I'm holding my grandbaby. She said, come to court, we're at court. So I'm glad to see these two and my grandbaby. So I shoot out to Lancaster Court to go visit them while they're there. And I'm holding the baby. So I'm like, she's standing at the small claims window, and I'm standing there. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm suing someone. So I get outside, he serves me the paper, and it's me.
Marcus did.
Yes.
All right. Well, this is a family matter. When we come back, when we come back, we're going to have the jurors ask some questions, so the witnesses can sit down. Mr. Adams, Mr. King, we'll be back in a few minutes, and then the jurors are going to have questions for you, Miss Johnson, and for you, Mrs. King.
Ready.
So please be at the ready.
Coming up, the celebrities ask some hard-hitting questions.
So, where are you going for Thanksgiving dinner?
Next on Jury Duty. You're watching Jury Duty, justice that's fair and mother-in-law proof.
Jurors and everyone, by way of a quick recap, this is a sad case. Family members suing one another, fighting with one another over money. Crystal Johnson is suing her own mother-in-law, her husband's mother, Alicia King, for $500. For shame, I say. But this is money Miss Johnson loaned to Miss King, as well as the cost of personal items that Miss King sold without permission of the plaintiff at her yard sale. By principle, she's entitled to bring the suit. The defendant, her mother-in-law, is countersuing, and I have the countersuit for $680 as filed for phone bills incurred by Miss Johnson, the plaintiff. And part of those phone bills were incurred because Marcus, the defendant's son, was in jail calling his family. And the whole thing, it's sad to me, and I don't like it. I don't like the case. But I'm leaving it stay. I want to turn to the jurors. Maybe they can make sense of it. Maybe we can rectify it. I think we ought to start with Linda, since she is the farthest from me. Unless Mike, James, or
No,
Elayne.
I'd love to jump
Okay.
right in. Okay, so Crystal.
You understand the relationships here?
Yeah, I would think
this
so.
is the daughter,
Crystal, Alicia.
the son, the
Son.
mother-in-law, and the fiance.
Great. So you were suing your mother-in-law for $500.
Yes, ma'am.
I can understand if you were standing you're in Walmart, and Alicia, you were in front of Crystal, and you didn't have the money. Would you understand that that would have been a loan that she would have been making to you at that time?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you don't feel that you owe this money back to her? Just that $200 is sort of on my mind. She's young, hard to get started, you know, it's tough out there.
Can I say yes and no?
You can.
You can say anything you want. We're trying to make a decision because that's what we're here
But she
for.
promised to pay you back on first. She said, I'll pay you back on first, don't worry about it.
And we've all heard that. Years of being on the planet, you hear, I'll pay you back.
She said it to me once.
And it's... Me? Oh, okay.
Yes.
And the TV set.
But she was only kidding. That's right.
The TV set. So many times in a family, you give your kids a TV set. I mean, I don't have kids, but I would give a good friend, if $100, yeah, it's a TV set, but I do have a little trouble with that. You put it in the car and then it didn't work. I do have a question for you, Mr. Johnson.
Marcus King.
Marcus King, excuse me.
This
I do
that's
have a
Alicia
question.
King's son.
I do have a question for you, Mr. King. What do you do?
Security.
You do security, and you love your wife,
Sure do.
and you love your mother.
Dearly.
But he's afraid of his wife.
A lot.
There's something that I would expect you, the son, to and the husband to stand up and say, let me make, this is my mother and this is my wife. I do expect something from you as a man to stand up and try to rectify this. Both of them love you. So I'm just going to leave that little word there. I'm going to turn it over.
Thank you, Linda. James, since you were quiet and you claim you've been thinking.
Well, I agree with you, Your Honor. This is really a disturbing case, and it's very sad. And I'm just kind of curious, what is your family relationship like right now because of this? What has this case and the countersuit done to your relationship as a family?
But I don't speak to her.
You don't speak to each other? No. Well, I'd just like to interject that
I would speak to her.
family is far, far, far more valuable than $500 or $850. So
It is absolutely understand that. It's just that the way she goes about it. I can see she said, I don't have it right now. I'll pay you as soon as I can. It's just like, I'm not going to pay you. You're my daughter-in-law. I'm not paying you at all. I just don't think that's fair.
What she do to her mother-in-law, she'll hold the baby back.
Oh, that's no
Since the
that
money
can't hold the
pop up,
baby
and
back.
then she be all crying.
No,
she
that's
won't
not
let me
true.
see my grandson till I pay her.
No.
We ain't got, it went farther than money now.
Yeah, that's important. Okay, I have a couple of questions. So, where are you going for Thanksgiving dinner? Little joke. All right. First of all, you actually had her hold the baby while you went to the window to file a small claims suit, and then you came back and said, "Guess what? You're it."
Yes.
Oh, that's just really low. I love it. And also, I would just want to say, as sad as you all think this is, I actually sued my mother in real court with a death penalty possibility. So this is nothing. This is these people love each other. We had the real thing going on. I was hoping for capital punishment with my family, but you can't get everything you want. It's true. So those are my questions.
All right. Well,
I still want to know how much time passed before you decided to sue her.
I waited a couple, like 2-3 months after her saying, I'm going to pay you, I'm going to pay you. I
That's
finally
not
got
a
fed
very
up.
long period of time.
Judge Bruce, can we give the
Yes,
baby to the
Elayne.
grandmother? Is that within our purview?
Or can we have the baby?
We give the baby to the grandmother, so there's
Where
no
is
more
the
weapon
baby?
They're
of usage
watching.
here.
He's outside.
Oh, good. Let's see if the jury can at least
Oh, we
resolve
will.
the first lawsuit and the countersuit. Try your best.
Yes, we've never had a
we
double
have the,
dip.
I'm sorry?
We've never had 2 scoops before.
That's exactly correct, Elayne. But I'm going to charge you to do your best.
Only
I'll
if we get
have
him to take us in.
I'll have Sergeant Dennehy take you in.
He's a dreamboat, isn't
He's
he?
a good man, the good sergeant. He's married, though, but so, just be mindful.
Yeah, you're in California. Don't worry about it.
Up next, a family feud escalates into a suit and a countersuit, with the grandson stuck in the middle. Hear the celebrities address the issues when Jury Duty returns. You're watching Jury Duty, functional justice for the dysfunctional viewer.
there's not a lot of evidence here.
No, there's not a lot.
Here's something I do want to bring up.
Yeah.
Do you know one of the biggest tricks that there is if you don't have money, that somebody will
in front
go
of them?
in front of them because they don't have the money. That's an old trick that I saw
How
people
come
do.
I didn't know
But
that
they
trick?
didn't have a problem with
love
that
that
point.
trick.
She obviously
No, I'm just
gave
saying,
her
it
too
is
much.
a trick
I love
that
that I
people
came
do.
here
You
'cause
don't
now
have
I
money, so I'm going to
picked
go
up
first, so I
They're
can turn
family.
around
I think
and
she would have
say,
seen a predisposed
can I borrow
activity.
some money? The daughter-in-law did not disagree. She gave her the money. The mother-in-law decided, yes, I do owe you this money. We're trying to make a decision because that's what we're here
But she
for.
promised to pay me back on first. She said, I'll pay you back on first. Don't worry about it.
And we've all heard that. 2 to 3 months is not a long time before to pay somebody back.
Here's my take on the entire case. When your mother-in-law accompanies you to small claims court filing to hold your baby for you, to help you out because there's someone you need to sue, and it turns out to be you, I think we should give her the death penalty. We're allowed to. You can't do that to somebody. That's so low.
I hope that they can take all of this and whatever we can offer them, take it, and someday, maybe laugh about it.
I am
'cause
not
it's pretty
giving
bad.
Ms. Johnson any
It's pretty
money
bad.
because
I hope
she
they
made
can
her
make
mother
this
hold
up.
the baby
What
while
do
she
you have
filed
here?
against
Now
her.
this is the phone bill. Phone bills.
Well, now the mother-in-law
she wasn't clear
not
on the amount.
going to sue. She had bought the 5 phones so that all the children
Yeah, I
could
think she's
stay in
only
touch.
suing as a knee-jerk reaction to being sued and holding the baby while she was being
And I
sued.
think she's
minute.
suing
Which
for
is
holding
terrible.
the
This is
baby
my
and
phone
being
bill.
sued.
It is your phone bill.
We didn't want to tell you.
I'll tell you
That's-
one thing, it's good they all stopped talking to each other. They're going to save like $15,000 a month here. Look at these phone bills.
We might be saving them.
We're saving them money if they just
Fantastic.
keep not
Now,
talking to each
I
other.
would like to bring up, this is where the youth
They're all in a
need to
precarious
stand up,
position.
make a decision. Mom, this is how it is. My wife, sweetheart, this is how it is. I am going to take a position, say, I love both of you, but we've got to resolve this. And that's all I asked him to do, was to come to the plate. It was his job in this case to be the mediator.
I would like to ask him to
That's a good
testify
point.
against my mother, if at all possible.
This is not about money anymore. It's about their relationship as a family. Now, what are we going to do to help resolve that?
A battle between in-laws drags the whole family to court. Is there a solution to this family feud? Find out next on Jury Duty. You're watching Jury Duty. Don't even try getting out of it.
Well, jurors, what say you? Have you reached a verdict here
We have, Your Honor.
on the suit as well as the counterclaim?
Yes. And
Unanimous?
Linda Blair will be playing the part of Henry Fonda today.
Four lady. Good,
Wow,
very
that's
nice.
incredible, isn't it?
Unanimous.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That means in toto.
Yes. Well, in toto, that's
In
right.
toto.
Very nice, Elayne.
Thank you very much.
You're doing very well with the Latin phrases and other phrases that I find it appealing.
I thought it was Yiddish, but thank you.
I'm not happy with this case at all. And you know my feelings because I feel for you. Jury duty, the jury decides the case, and I'm not going to decide it. So let me see what they've done here. Okay, hold the chairs now. This is the way it's on the lawsuit by the plaintiffs Crystal Johnson against her mother-in-law Alicia King. They fined for the plaintiff for $200, meaning, Alicia, you admitted that you owed the $200 before you were sued. So I think they're awarding $200 to you, Crystal, for that loan you extended to Marcus's mother. On the counterclaim, King versus Johnson, they're awarding you, Alicia King, $200. That's what they've done for the phone, for incurring the phone bill, for calls from Marcus and other people. So the television and all of that seems to be fallen by the wayside. Really what they're saying is, let's get together and let's be a happy family again. Let's forgive one another and love one another. Respect one another. That's the key to life. You have no respect, you have no life. Have no integrity, you have no life. None. So, plaintiff, $200, defendant, $200, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
We're adjourned. Thank you, jurors.
Sir.
The jury has ordered both mother and daughter-in-law to pay $200 to the other. Neither side can claim victory or defeat.
Watch what you do when you lend somebody money, and family, hey, it's the strongest thing that we have. We hope that we sent a good message out today.
We very much hope you enjoyed our syndicated dinner theater rehearsal of our new play. It was going to be 12 Angry Men, but we didn't have the budget, so it's two intense women and a guy who's happy he's not married to either of them.
We definitely made a judgment in this case that was balanced at the end. This was a family in disarray over money. Can be problematic. Our decision was based on the evidence. There was, we found about $200 worth of telephone calls on the other side, so now maybe they can come back together as a family with equality as well.
Today's show has been brought to you by Bull Outdoor Products, featuring the Cold Grill, a dual-burner stainless steel grill and cart. Easy-to-clean porcelain-coated grates give you the ease of barbecuing like the professionals. Change the way you barbecue with Bull Outdoor Products.